Welcome, welcome, welcome to Garnetqueentarot, where we are inspired to rise. We're going to be doing our love check-in today because I've been getting a lot of emails about people and their love lives and what's going on, and people are wanting readings and everything to be done. Let's just go over some of the things. I have to focus on love a little bit more because there's so much transformation going on right now for everybody. And I want you all Capricorns to recognize the fact that you are experiencing so many transitional changes right now in your life. And we have to share what is going on in love, romance, everything. We're going to start with our love angels and just see what you are experiencing right now. Because I do remember from 2 readings that you had an ex that was pressuring you and you were unsure as far as which direction to go. See, I don't forget stuff. It's a lot of stuff going on right now, a lot of changes. We're going to be coming out of retrograde real soon, and you're wanting this harmonious type of relationship, but we do know that you got to get through some storms before you get to where you need to be. And it's just hectic, chaotic. When love is in control of the heart, it's like you're just focusing on what you need to do. 2 of them came out at the same time. Let's just keep going and going and going, because the thing is, you have a bond with someone, okay? They want you all to come together and form a union where you could rejoice and be happy, okay? And you're still caught up in asking yourself if this is the right person for you. Some of you have just let go and decided that this person that's your ex is not the one to move forward with. That's why they're in your past. But they talk such a good game. They make you question and doubt yourself. And I'm just seeing you wanting more from life because you're ready to be with that one. You want to have that strong bond. You want to know that whatever you're experiencing is real. You have anxiety built up. Wow. Even here it's showing a wedding. Maybe that person didn't propose previously, or they did and you didn't accept it. But one of the big things for you is communication. You want to be able to communicate with the person. And I think this person assumes you should know certain things, but they don't communicate with you on a regular basis, which definitely hurts your heart, because everybody has a few things we could tolerate and live with, but communication is a big one for you. You like to know where you're going, how you're going to get there, and what's the destination, directions. You're very detail oriented. Whereas this person doesn't feel that they have to reveal everything to you. You take it, as you go. Go with the flow. And you're not a go with the flow person. And even if you go with the flow, you're not always comfortable. You might do it for certain reasons at that time, but eventually it's going to take a toll on you and you're not going to be happy. And you have decided that you're tired of settling to have a relationship, okay? Settling is not an option for you. You're tired of it. You've been doing it and letting certain things go. But you already know that's not who you are. And you can't fit into the box that people want you in. You're a Capricorn. You're a goat, a stubborn goat. And you just see yourself, you could get a fairy tale in your mind. And then you look at the relationship you're in, and she doesn't do this or he doesn't do that. And those are things that are important to you. And it just tears at you, because do you settle for a relationship to know you have somebody? Or do you focus on going after what you want, when you want, and being able to communicate and collaborate with somebody that has your best interests at heart? And that's why it's been an issue for you, because you're trying to figure out what to do. You're just trying to figure out what to do, how you're going to get there, what it's all about. I wasn't honest with you about my feelings at the time, and it is backfiring. I am not happy without you. And that's how they feel. They realize now why you are so intense, why you expect this from them and expect that from them, because you know what you're looking for down the line. You're willing to tolerate certain things, but not everything. People got to get it together if they want to be with you. And some people may say you're difficult. It's not that you're difficult. It's that you're precise, you're determined, you know what you're going after, and you don't want anybody blocking your path while you're going there. It's a big deal for you. So don't dump on yourself and feel bad because you expect certain things. The only issue is that the communication level is not the best with certain people. So you expect people to know certain things. You just expect it. That's how you were raised. You expect it. That's how you are. But when people fall short, they get upset because they can't fill what you need. Like somebody might say to you, oh, the kind of man you want doesn't exist. Or the kind of woman you're looking for, don't look this direction. Or you're not living up to my expectations. And it's a back and forth. And you try to concede sometimes, but all it does is build anxiety in you. It makes you feel guilty. It makes you keep quiet because you want to have a relationship, but you know that this person is falling short. They don't communicate well, and that's an issue for you. I'm trying to move on, but the thought of you still consumes me. I can't control them because you're good. You're a good person. You just expect a lot from people that don't live up to the expectations. But this is your level of tolerance. And people that fall short of it, it's like you have to weigh your pros and cons. There's some things you're going to fight for, and there's some battles you say, you know what, I'm not going to do this right now. And you can't feel bad about it. You have to be able, because how are you going to live comfortably if people are not doing things that make you feel comfortable? You already come out of your comfort zone in a relationship because there are people that do things like my friend that's a Capricorn too. I know, like, she was dating this guy, but there was just certain things he used to do. Some people, when they cut their food, they make so much noise with the plate, and he has the knife and fork, and he's cutting his food, and the fork is in the left hand, he has his knife in the right hand, but bing, and he's cutting up his meat, and he's cutting this, but you're hearing it hit on the plate all the time. Capricorns are very, very sensitive. The slightest thing could irritate them. And she would get irritated if, like she likes to clean houses. If a guy comes in and he's just throwing his shoes right there instead of putting it to the side or leaving it at the front or just cleaning up after himself. Capricorn in love initially will do that. They'll clean up behind you, do these things. And then after a while, they're like, listen, I either raise my kids, I don't have no kids, and I don't need any other. They say that sometimes you don't show the emotion. You do show emotion, but you got to get your business stuff out the way, because sometimes you are so engulfed in getting your business, getting your work, fixing things in your life the way you want it to, that you don't always embrace the feelings of others. And then you're shocked when they share with you, hey, I didn't like that you didn't do this or you didn't do that. And some of you are like, listen, I don't have time for this. It's not that you don't care. It's that you got so much more important things to deal with that to you that is not a big deal. And that caused people to, in your eyes, to cheat and to do other things. But you're like, if you're committed to me, why do you need to do those things? If you say we're exclusive, we work together, but the key is what? Communication. And you are going to find your person. Male or female, you're going to find your person, because I see wedding bells. The bond is there. It's going to be a union. Look at that. you are planning to get married to someone. I don't know if it's the ex, but I know that it's someone in your life that you have already built a relationship with. But maybe it was your ex and they weren't doing what they needed to do. They weren't coming at you seriously. They weren't faithful. There was infidelity, different things. But now that you have recognized what it is you definitely want and what you're willing to accept, maybe that's why they're proposing now, because they realize that they could truly lose you forever. But you are coming together with somebody. The love is there, but you waited it out because what you measured in this relationship, you weren't getting. And you were looking at where you were. And you know you want more. So therefore the heart is not fulfilled even though the love is there. You have to be able to fulfill that void where love is concerned. You can't just settle because you'll never be happy. Never. Never. Never be happy. You'll just be going through the motions. That's why you experience so much what? Anxiety. Because this person is not completely where you expected them to be. So I'm saying to you is, now that you're looking at everything, one of the concerns you had was building a future you wanted to build from now. You're like, if you're not serious, if we're not exclusive, then you got to keep it moving. You got to keep it moving. You got to keep it moving. People don't realize how important that is because that's how you're building. I want to see my little oracles and see what messages come out in these, because I see you getting the answers that you need to certain questions now because of the fear of this person thinking that they're not going to have you in their life no more. That's a big deal. A big deal. And you're thinking, I can't come to you now because I got to make sure that the things that I had issues with, you have rectified them. They must have, because there's definitely a union, a marriage, a wedding, engagement, and it's what is expected from you. If you want to be in this relationship with me, it's time for us to put the icing on the cake and do something moving forward where you can see that progression. That's what love is all about. It's not always just, ooh. I wish I could be fully honest with you. So that honesty, that communication level, that's something that's extremely important. I do see a union, and I see that there had to be some negotiations for this to come out the way you wanted it to. Before, you've compromised, you're negotiating, but the thing is, you're not settling. No more of that. Will this pain ever stop? They know how important you are in their life, and they don't want to lose you. So they're going to harass you. They're going to be there with you until you finally comply. So that's why I know one of the things you wanted was a serious relationship where they're not pulling at your heartstrings every minute. And then the bottom line with this person and with you, you don't want to be alone. You don't want to be alone. You may not share that with them, but that's something that you're feeling internally. I don't want to be alone. I want to have someone to love, but I want somebody that I could feel comfortable with, that I could see myself with down the line for 5 years, 10 years, 15, grow old with, and thinks like you. Now you have to remember something, Cap. Everybody is not on the same level of thinking as you are. Whether you want to hear it or not, you're not always going to get everything that you want in a relationship, but you'll come darn near close to it. But you want somebody that's open and could share their feelings, that you know you could trust. That's what you want. You're not asking for anything crazy. And you're always in the public eye. You don't want somebody that's always jealous every time you talk to somebody. You know, you have issues from childhood. You've seen things. You've seen relationships of women getting hurt, men getting hurt, of relationships not lasting. You've also come from a place where you want a relationship that is going to serve you long term. You don't want to be in a fly-by-night or pretense fraud relationship. That's why you're moving very cautiously. because your heart is involved. And because of you being in the public eye a lot of times, or socially in events and different things, you want someone that you could be proud of, not somebody that you can't hold a conversation and communicate effectively, as well as do the same with people in your circle. You have steps and limits and restrictions that people have to live up to be in a relationship with you, because you want things a certain way. You don't want to be embarrassed. You don't want to be where you're feeling, dang, nothing is going to come of this. And if I walk over here to speak to a friend and my person is here talking to somebody, you don't want it to be that they don't know how to hold a conversation, they sound stupid, or they get angry real quick. You have a lot of things that you have on your list of how someone is to measure up to what it is you want in a relationship. So when you take time to sort out that person and figure things out, don't feel bad like you can't have a relationship. You want a relationship that's going to stick like glue. They're gorilla glue. They're monkey type glue, where you feel secure. You don't want somebody that's just there existing and neither one of you is happy. Okay? So what I say to you is just make sure that you hold on to what it is you want, and don't deprive yourself, because you're half stepping, you're not moving fully, because you're afraid of your heart being broken, because you do have a long laundry list of expectations. Let me see what moon that is though. You know what they're telling you? Take a breather. Take a breather, relax. A relationship that you're happy in is one that's smooth sailing. And if this can't move forward on solid ground where you could feel it's going to work out, it's going to be okay, to take that burden off you, to ease that pressure that's on you, you don't want to always be looking over your shoulder with this person. And that's where you contemplate, is this person someone that I could count on, that's supportive, that I could feel safe with? When I do your general, I'm going to see too what comes up in regards to this, because I'm definitely seeing you contemplating a long-term relationship with someone, them letting you know how they care and feel about you, you trying to figure out if this is the person that you want to be with. Do they respond to your text messages? It's a pet peeve of yours. If you send a message, you got to have some time throughout the day, because I know you keep your phone there. Why, when I send you a message, it's taking so long for you to respond? You don't have no time, not a break, nothing that you could just say, just checking in, I'm okay, busy at work, but I just wanted to touch base with you to let you know, hey, I'm okay, or we'll talk later, or I get off at this time, whatever. But communication is key for you. Whether it's via text and they can't speak to you live at that moment, you just want to be able to breathe in your relationship. You want to know that it's okay. Look at how you have your arms open. It's spread out, right? You just want to breathe, be free, and experience that love, that fairy tale type of love. Even though you in reality, you like the romance. You like the romance. And this person that wants to be with you got to step up their game, because you do have a laundry list, whether they like it or not. But do know, if you're more than halfway there, can't you tolerate the other things? All I know is the two of you are pulling and tugging right now, but the love is real. So much as burning your heart. You love this person. You think about this person. You see yourself with this person. You just want to make sure that this person fulfills the void in your heart, lives up to the expectations you have for them. And do know you're quite comfortable by yourself. You just don't like being alone. You want to share your life with somebody, but somebody that's serious and intentional on what they want. Capricorns, you're goats. You can't settle for less. And even if you do it just to get by and say, I'm not alone, you'll regret it, because the person will never live up to your expectations. If you can't see that measurement now, with them and they are determined not to compromise and work with you on this, what are you doing? Honestly, what are you really doing? Take the time, okay, to find who you want, be with who you're supposed to be, and look at the long term and see has any progression taken place with this individual. And then you'll answer your own questions, because you'll know. You'll know. And I sense that there's more than one person. There's at least two people, and you're torn. And this one does all of this, and this one does all of that. But how did the two meet to come to what it is in the compromise that you're seeking? Figure out what you could tolerate, what you could live with, and what you won't accept, and keep moving from there. Garnetqueentarot. Well, we're inspired to rise. We're inspired to get to know ourselves better, to listen to our intuition, and to figure things out. The transition and phases going on here right now with you and this love, figure out what you want, and then go from there. Garnetqueentarot, where we're inspired to rise. We expect you to be inspired to rise. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And thank you so much for taking the time to share your heart with us. Talk soon.